Welcome back, everybody, to the New York Mets franchise, and we're going to get through spring training, get ready for opening day, but we got to see who's going to be on this roster. We do have a couple position battles here going into this season, revamped rotation, bullpen, and obviously we have some young guys that have a chance to really make an impact on this team, make the roster, and we're going to get through spring training. So Gleyber Torres comes over in free agency. Big pickup, obviously used to play in New York with the Yankees last year, 26 home runs. We signed him to a 5-year deal. So Torres will be with us. Only 28 years old, so awesome to see. All-Star last year. Love that they put those awards in there. That is cool. Still Nimmo McNeil. Brooks Lee now, a full season after the trade coming over from Alonso. And then the big trade that the Nationals offered us, James Wood for Jet Williams, kind of top prospect for top prospect. We flopped them there. Bader Alvarez, Ronnie Mauricio trying to make this team as a starter. But we still have these young guys here. Drew Gilbert, who coming into last season was our number 2 prospect. You got Luis Angel Acuna, obviously Ronald Acuna's brother, so he can make this team. Brett Beatty, a number 1 pick a few years ago, and Owen Casey, who we acquired in a trade last year as well. So, man, there's a lot of guys, a lot of talent who can make this roster. There's a few spots in the outfield, maybe in the infield, move things around. We shall see. We had Max Fried and Walker Buehler for the rotation, so I think our top 3 with Kodai Senga is fantastic. And we'll see. 4 and 5 is up for grabs. Manaya, who finished off the season very, very well, and Adrian Hauser, who's coming off a torn rotator cuff after he pitched, I would say, pretty solid in 19 starts, 6-6, 3.97 ERA with a 1.34 whip. So he pitched solid and, still have that little bit of veteran presence. But there's a couple of young guys that can make this team. Ben Brown has an absolute chance to make this rotation. 25, big, 6'6" guy, has a solid fastball, has a chance as well. Now, this bullpen looks good, but Parker Messick is another guy that has a chance. So we're going to give these guys a full chance to make the roster, make the rotation. I mean, if they perform well, a lot of them guys, maybe they do make the team. There is a possibility that maybe they're just in the bullpen at the moment, kind of long relief guys, but we'll see. I think we're going to get into this game here against the St. Louis Cardinals, and let's see what these guys have. Let's see who's going to excel, who's going to falter a little bit. I know it's still spring training, so, it doesn't always mean anything, but still, we're going to take it, if you make this team, you make this team. You dominate here in spring training, you're probably going to make it. So here comes Drew Gilbert to the plate to lead us off, and Gilbert's going to foul that one away. Like I said, coming in last year, he was our number 2 prospect in our top 10, as Gilbert's going to swing and a miss there from that nasty pitch inside from Sonny Gray. And here comes Gleyber Torres. So put him and Lindor together. I mean, it should be good to go. I think with our infield, you got Brooks Lee, McNeil right now at first base. I think we got a solid infield. We really do. So beat that one out for a base hit, and here comes Brooks Lee to the plate. He's going to get jammed a little bit. It's going to fly out there to center field. But Brooks Lee, I'd like to see 20 home runs this year. If you can get an average up to 280, improve the defense. He had 8 errors last year, in the limited season. But, man, I would love to see him improve his defense and turn out to be a fantastic player. And here is James Wood, a big guy. Was he 6'6", 6'7", big-time power. Comes over in that Nationals trade, which I can't believe they offered it up. It was crazy. A kind of top prospect for top prospect, as Wood probably shouldn't have went after that one. Timing is good, but it's going to be flown out there to right field. But it was a wild trade. I mean, and then, the way Jet Williams, we just had so many guys at around the shortstop. This guy included Acuna. In the infield, and I think outfield was more prevalent, so it kind of made sense, even though it was in division. As Acuna rips that one's going to get in the gap. That one's going to get down for extra bases. So he'll be in there with a leadoff double here in the second inning. So, yeah, I know it's in division, but prospect for prospect, I could see that. It's definitely a possibility. As here comes Owen Casey to the plate. Acquired him from the Cubs last year. Right now, the number 3 prospect they're saying in Major League Baseball. Power outfielder. So I think our outfield is set for the future. 2-1 to Casey, and he rips this one No doubt about this one. This one is out of here. And will we see that this season? Will we see a bunch of that? Will he make this team? I think either way. Say he doesn't make the team out of spring training. We put him into AAA. He dominates in AAA. There's a real good shot that he has a chance to make it up into the big leagues here this season. No doubt about it. I think same thing with James Wood. Don't make it this, right out of the gate. There's a really good chance that they could definitely make it afterwards, for sure, during the regular season. Here comes Brett Beatty to the plate. Had a bit of a downer last year as he's going to be hit by the pitch, so he'll get on base there. And Ronnie Mauricio to the plate. Obviously didn't return until late September. Had the torn ACL. Another kind of, interesting, intriguing guy, that's for sure. Has some power. Switch hitter. 0-1. And Mauricio hits that one well. That one's going to get to the gap. And that one's going to get all the way down. That should be easily a run on the board. Double, 3-0 lead. All right. The bats are coming alive here. So right now in the early spring, got that nice weather down there in Florida. Cannot complain. And here comes Gleyber Torres once again to the plate. Sonny Gray get lit up here. And he'll take that pitch outside for a ball. So man at second here, 2 away. See what Torres can do as Gleyber Torres is not going to miss that one. Man, that rocketed out of here. That wasn't one of those, bombs. That was just crunched out of here in seconds. And we got a 5-0 lead. I mean, if this is how the lineup's going to perform in the regular season, good luck to everybody else. Now, obviously, I don't think you can't consistently do this in a whole 162-game season. But, man, this lineup looking very good. Still here in the second. We got a man on first base. Still, obviously 2 away as James Wood now coming to the plate. 2-2 to Wood. And that's off the end of the back ground ball, but it's going to get through for a base hit. C&I single there. Second inning continues. Sonny Gray might be pulled out of this game very, very shortly, I would think. Just no reason to probably keep him in. And yeah, that is it. That's it for Sonny Gray, but we're not done yet. As here comes Acuna to the plate. And he rips that for a base hit. Now that was hit too well. We might have to hold him up there at third base, and we will. And we're going to have bases loaded here in this second inning. What a 2-out rally we got going here. And here comes Owen Casey, who just jacked that home run out for the 2-0 early lead. And rips that one. That one is going to get to the gap. More than likely going to be a base-clearing double. It is. Wow. If this is how everybody's going to come out of the gates here and be in spring training, I don't know. It's going to make the decision-making who makes this team insanely difficult. Man, Owen Casey just ripping the ball in this game. So is everybody. And here comes Brett Beatty now. I mean, batting around here in this second inning. He'll take the pitch up high. What an inning here. Let's see, 218 average last year. He just couldn't get into a rhythm. And I'd love to see him obviously take over that position. And he gets jammed here, and that's going to get down. Gets to the gap. I didn't think he really got much into it, but he got enough. Perfect placement. And we got a 9 spot here in this second inning. Wow. So Beatty comes through. Everybody just killing it here. As Francisco Alvarez is going to be a broken bat, little bleeder there, and that's going to be out number 3. But wow, what an inning. 9-0 lead, and here comes Parker Messick into the game. So obviously I'd like to go, if we can go like a couple innings with him, spring training, you're not going to go too far. That would be great. Now that's not a good way to get started, as that one is absolutely ripped on the first pitch. That's going to get to the wall. So the ball is just flying off the bats here right now in this game. But still, with a 9-0 lead, I'm hoping we should be fine. I mean, obviously, wins and losses don't really matter too much here in spring training. As that one is ripped, but Drew Gilbert is there to haul it in. As obviously Gilbert, fantastic fielder, has a very good arm. So here comes Carlson to the plate, but Messick, he's not going to, beat you with speed. He's more of a control guy, really good changeup. So that's what we want to see. Very good control, but that is not good control right there. And obviously probably a little bit, the nerve's still there. There's no doubt about it. 3-2, but a swing and a miss, and there is his plus pitch. That changeup can be deadly once he gets it going. So 2 away here in this 3rd inning, trying to get Tommy Edman, as Edman's going to rip that one foul. But yeah, very good control, good location, get that changeup rolling, and that's going to be outside. So a 1-1 count here. And the pitch is, right there on the edge. It's a really good take, too. Really good take, but still, that could have been called strike 3. As this one is ripped into left field. Casey up with it. That's going to be a base hit. They're going to send the man home. Throw is going to be offline, and then going to second base is Edman. So a run is on the board after the leadoff double. So let's see if we can just contain it at that. As here comes Brendan Donovan to the plate, and he'll take the pitch for a strike. 1-1. As this one is blooped and won't be able to be brought down. That's going to be another run. So 2 on the board here for St. Louis as Messick struggling a little bit with location. Not what you really want to see, as Lars Nootbaar is going to rip that one foul. Now, you like to see Messick do well against the lefties here. That is a big thing. 0-2. As down the line, fair ball, and then Casey takes a bad angle. So that's going to be another run. Nootbaar's going to stay there at second base. So I would have to say the last 2 hits, a bloop base hit, kind of down the line, which really shouldn't have been a double. Misplayed there and left, as Nolan Gorman's going to come to the plate now. So a little bit unlucky. 0-2 to Gorman, and he crunches that one. This is an absolute no-doubter. See you later. So I don't know if Parker Messick's even going to get out of this inning. Had an 0-2 count. Just not the greatest location, kind of out and over the plate. And Gorman did not miss. And he absolutely crushed it. 5 runs allowed here for Messick, and yeah, he is going to be headed out of here. So those 2 innings I was hoping to get with him do not last. He goes only 2/3 of an inning and allows 5 earned. Now Kranick's going to come into this game and try to, get us out of here as James Wood races over, and he has the grab, and that will be it for the 3rd inning. But man, 5 runs on the board for the Cardinals. You can see they would have another. It's 9-6. So we got a heck of a high-scoring game here in spring training, as Brooks Lee's going to rip that down the line. Fair ball. He'll be on his way to second base for a leadoff double here in the 4th. Who knows right now where this score is going to end? I have no idea. Both teams crushing the ball. As James Wood will foul away that changeup. This guy's just got some raw power. Love to see him get a hold of one. 1-2, and just out in front of that nasty curveball. So strikes him out there, as here comes Acuna to the plate. And Acuna, that's going to be a ground ball out. Almost overthrown there. Lee over to third base, so it's going to need a 2-out hit to get him in. And here goes him going Casey. He's got 5 RBI in this game here in the 4th inning. Chance to add another one. And he'll foul away that changeup. 0-2. Pitch was there, but he just a little bit late on it. Fouls it. That should be playable, and it is. So leadoff double from Lee goes nowhere. You can't just get a hit every time, right? So, obviously, as the Cardinals would add another one, it's 9-7. So that 9-0 lead evaporated quickly. As Brett Beatty coming to the plate facing another lefty. And Matthew Liberatore, but Beatty rips this one deep into right field. That's going to get down. Doesn't matter, and that is fantastic to see. To see the power. Obviously, I was saying Pete Alonso gone. We traded him last year. We don't have that big power bat in the lineup, but I'm telling you what, if you can have a bunch of guys that can hit around 30 home runs, that's going to make up for it in the lineup, as that is Alvarez who comes through with the RBI single. Love to see him have a better season. I really would. As Mauricio, this one's jammed a little bit, and that's going to get down for a hit. I mean, if Alvarez can just hit over 200, which he couldn't last year, and maybe he, hit 25, 30 home runs, that'll be worth it. That will be worth it for sure. As Drew Gilbert, as it looks like we're having another one of those innings here so far, as Gilbert will take the pitch down low. Nice take there on the sinker. That was a tough take. 1-0 here to Drew Gilbert, trying to get his first hit on the board, as everybody else has just been killing it, and he swings through the fastball outside. So works it to a 1-1 count now. Timing was just there, I guess, underneath of it. And won't miss this one. That's going to get through for a base hit. Do you send Alvarez here? We're going to send him. Throw to the plate. Not in time. Alvarez scores 11-7. Man, 18 combined runs here. Still not out of the fifth. And we're in the fifth as Drew Gilbert up the middle. Drew Gilbert. Well, it's going to be Gleyber Torres with the single up the middle. Base hit. Scores another run. Gilbert to second base. 12-7. And here comes Brooks Lee, who's 2 for 3 himself. Well, make it 3 for 4. As Lee rips that one. Gilbert with the speed, and he stops. What are you doing? He was rounding third, and then he just stopped Torres, and we got a base running mistake. Yeah. Well, that's why we're in spring training, right? That's where you get through those mistakes. So that should have been an RBI there, but it is not. First out of the fifth, as here comes James Wood, and that could be a 4-6-3 double play. So, cost us a run, but still, pick up 3. It's 12-7. Let's head now to the 8th inning. Mark Vientos comes in, trying to get some at bats here. 2-0. He's going to rip that one foul. Another guy trying to make this team, obviously not going to be a starter, but could be a bench guy. 2-1. And when you rip the ball like that, no doubt you're going to probably make the bench. If you can continue to do that, as that is going to be a leadoff double here in the 8th inning. We said that a lot in this game. A lot of leadoff doubles in this game. He's like, yeah, I'll get mine here as well. Here comes Brooks Lee once again, 3 for 4. Man, I'm hoping he has just an unbelievable season. Really do. 1-2, and Brooks Lee didn't miss that hanging curveball. Absolutely belted over the scoreboard there and right. And 437 feet later, he's got a home run here in a heck of a game. I don't think he would obviously make the All-Star game this year, but man, if he is going to be performing like this, he definitely has a shot. And that's what we're hoping. We're hoping he ends up being an all-star. He was the top guy coming over in that Pete Alonso deal. So hopefully he can turn into that. 14-7 lead. Man, this is easily the highest scoring game of this franchise. And you know what? If you went to a spring training game, this would be very entertaining for sure. Obviously, if you're a Cardinals fan, you wouldn't want to see your pitchers get dominated like this, but it'd be very entertaining for sure. As look out, speaking of pitchers, man, watch yourself on that one. Wood just rips that up the middle for a base hit. So this 8th inning has just been the second inning was the most disastrous. But we put up like 9 runs in the second. Just crazy. So Acuna, 2 for 4. 0-1 to him. He'll foul away that changeup. And obviously for him, trying to make this team, and obviously like to see the power continue to go up, as this has a chance to be a double play, but the flip to second couldn't handle the ball correctly. Does get the force out, but Acuna will be safe there at first base. So he'll still be there with 2 away, as Brett Beatty with 2 for 3 so far in this game. As Beatty's going to take that pitch outside. Ripped the double against the lefty earlier. 1-0 here from McDermott. And Beatty did not miss. Wow. The sound of the bat, see you later, absolutely belted. Deep to center, 431. Beatty with the home run. And he's starting to impress as well. He's still very young, obviously. What's he, only 24 years old now? So, maybe he's just starting to come into his own as well. And we're just going to have so much talent now on this team, on this, roster, which I'm perfectly fine with. We just got to continue as Ben Brown comes in here to try to finish out this game. The pitching's going to be the story. Right now, I can see we have tons of talent, position player-wise, and that's good. It's just, can our pitchers, do the same? Because if you have bad pitching, unless you're putting up like 8 runs a game, it's not going to really amount in too many wins. That's for sure. 0-1 here to Nolan Arenado. He takes that pitch for a strike. So 0-2 here to Ben Brown. We got in that Cubs deal. And a great curveball there for strike 3. Perfect pitch there to Arenado. So one more out here to get here in this game. Come out of here with a victory. And that one is going to be fouled away. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far from Ben Brown. I know he can get it up there, at least to maybe like 96. As that one's going to be at 92. So, yeah, I think he hovers around 92, 96 with that fastball. 0-2. Cutter up high. He got like a cutter slider type deal. He could, very similar. As a ground ball over to first base. That's going to do it. Ball game 16-7 is going to be your final here. And we wanted to see a lot of these guys and see how they perform. And man, we saw pretty much all here in one game. Everybody just killing the ball. Killing it. Really, Messick was the only one that just had a rough time of it, only going 2/3 of an inning. But nice job there from Ben Brown. But yeah, Torres a nice debut here. You see him in a Mets uniform, 3 for 4. Brooks Lee, 4 for 5. Wood, Acuna, and Owen Casey had 5 ribbies. Beatty 3 for 4 with a home run and a double, 3 RBI himself. Wow. Yeah, Beatty had the 2 doubles. So 2. I thought, 2 doubles. Jeez. But, yeah, Messick 2/3, 5 earned, 5 hits, and Ben Brown looked very good. But, man, the offense came to play. The young guys, they want to make this team. That's awesome to see. You want to make a team, go out and perform. And that's exactly what they did. Pretty much everybody performed. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to sim through down to the middle section of spring. So now let's take a look at what's everybody doing here through about almost 2 weeks of spring. So right now, Brooks Lee is leading us in hits. He's hitting .311 as well. But look at Vientos hitting .444. It's only 9 at bats. For Brett Beatty, .345. Acuna is killing it as well, .344. Wow. Mauricio right there, .257. Casey's dropped off, hitting .250. Gilbert's only hitting .214. James Wood only hitting a $146 at the moment. Alvarez only hitting .130. Not what I want to see, but look at Beatty, Vientos, the OPS over 1,000. Brooks Lee right there at .970. Acuna, that's what I want to see. Nice job on the OPS at 900. So a couple of those guys killing it. Hauser so far in 11 innings, .82 ERA, .82 WHIP. So he looks good in 11 innings pitched so far. Manaea really struggling, 0-2. 12.27 with a WHIP over 2. Messick, yeah, we saw will be he's still, at a 9 ERA with the 4 more innings pitched. Where Ben Brown has been fantastic. 10 innings, 7 Ks, ERA under 1. You know what? Let's just sim the rest of spring here. Take a look what the rest of the guys did here. I will give everybody a shot. So just a game left in spring training, but let's go back. Let's see what they did in the next couple of weeks here and how they finished it off. So Brett Beatty actually led us in home runs with 5. Nimmo and a bunch of guys there with 4. Alvarez still hitting a $146. Terrible. He hit .356. So Brett Beatty, you've made the team for sure. I think Vientos as a bench guy, no doubt. And Luis Angel Acuna, I think he's made the team. I don't know how you take him off. I would say Mauricio probably made it. Owen Casey, .271, had 2 home runs, 789 OPS. Bader at .269. Brooks Lee dropped off to .268, so he dropped off a little bit. Gilbert up to .263, only at .282 on base, though. That is not what I want to see at all. James Wood really struggled at .193 average. a 239 on base, a 564 OPS. Alvarez, man, he has such potential. It's just, what the heck? So we got a little bit of tough decisions. I think Beatty and Acuna have made this team. They definitely have. Mark Vientos, I think you got to keep him on here too, probably. So I think he's on the team. But, I mean, that's awesome to see Brett Beatty just having a fantastic spring. And hopefully he can carry that into the regular season, carry that into the whole season. That's what I want to see for sure. But the thing is, Jeff McNeil first. So it's just, you start to run into positions where to put guys. And you know what I think we're going to do? Because Casey and Wood are going to go down. So McNeil, I think we move him to right. He can play that position. So, because I think Bader's going to be the starter in center. Gilbert is more than likely going to be sent down as well. Obviously, we got to start making some roster decisions here. So, I think McNeil, let's move him to right field. Because he can play right. So, let's do that right now. We'll just move his primary position over to right field. So, McNeil will be at right field. Easy. Wood, we're going to move down to AAA. And Owen Casey as well. So we'll move him to AAA. And then Owen Casey, we'll move him down to AAA as well. Because I want to make sure they get plenty of at-bats. And you know what? Let's take James Wood, since they're both in AAA. Let's move him to center. Just so it... I mean, we can move Gilbert probably to left. Let's just do that for right now. Because Gilbert's going to go down for sure. I just don't want guys... Sometimes with position stuff, it gets screwed up. And we're going to move Brett Beatty over to first. So that is where he's going to play. He'll be at first because we'll have Brooksley at third. And then we'll obviously have Torres and at second. And then Lindor at short. So that's going to be our infield. Nito and Valoria are going to go down. So we still got to get rid of what? Now went down to 32. 6 more players here. Sean Manaea struggled. 10.66 ERA, 1.89 whip. He still has a couple of options. In his, final year of his deal. Yeah, Messick, we're going to send down. I think he's obviously not ready. Kranick, send him down to AAA. I think Hauser stays. He did enough to me. He stays in the rotation. McGill, I think we send down to AA. Ben Brown, he ended up with a 4.34. So that good start kind of went away. He walked 12 guys in 18 2/3 innings pitched. But I'm thinking about possibly keeping him in the rotation. I know it sounds crazy. But right now, it's either him or Manaea. That's literally it. I mean, those are the two guys who got really that 5th spot. So we got to think of things. We got 2 more guys here to send down. I think Fujinami or, Jose Butu, he just dominated. So I think Fujinami we're going to have to send. He only pitched 2 innings. That's it. It's not like he got a lot of work. But there's nobody else really down. And we definitely need relievers in the minors. And we're going to send down Sean Manaea. We're going to give a chance to the young pitcher here, Ben Brown. He will have an absolute shot. He's going to make the rotation. He's going to make the opening day roster. And he's going to get a shot here. So let's take a look what we're going into the season with. Lindor at short, obviously. I mean, that's easy. Probably the best player on the team. Torres there at second base. Nimmo is going to be in left field. You got McNeil now moving to right field. Brooksley at third base, batting at the 5th spot. We got Brett Beatty at first base now in the 6th spot. Bader at 7 at center field, because obviously you got a Gold Glove defender right there. Luis Angel Acuna is going to be our DH at the moment. And then Alvarez at catcher. Maybe we got a scout catcher. Maybe we do. Sanchez, Profar, Vientos, and Mauricio are going to be our bench guys. With the rotation being Max Fried, Kodai Senga, Walker Buehler, Adrian Hauser, and Ben Brown as your rotation. So we'll see what Ben Brown can do. Hopefully Adrian Hauser can look good, because I think our top 3 is fantastic. Buto, Strom, Rowley, Smith, Lopez, Thielbar, Sewald, and Edwin Diaz. I think our bullpen is stacked. Fantastic. I think this is a playoff team. I really do. I don't know if we're a division-winning team. I mean, it depends what Hauser and Ben Brown do, and as long as we stay healthy, I don't know if we're going to be able to compete with the Braves or Philadelphia, like the Philly. I just don't know if we're going to be able to do that. But I'll tell you what, I think we'll be able to be a playoff team. But look at this AAA lineup right now. Gilbert, Rodriguez, Owen Casey, James Wood, Ryan Clifford, Colin Houck. You got Pareda there. I mean, this AAA team, this could be an easily playoff team. It's just the thing is, I think a few of these guys might be coming up to the big league squad for sure. We'll see. And in the pitching rotation, you got Charlie Soto, Manaea's down there, Messick, Kranick, Vassell. So you got some guys down there with Charlie Soto. I can't wait to see what he can do. I mean, he was just dominant last year. Absolutely. Roster going into opening day. Like I said, I think this is a possible playoff team. You know, we're the Mets. You still got to put out that, a great team. I think we have a chance to make the playoffs, get back to the postseason, and possibly do some damage. But that's going to do it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for all the support. Just hit that like button, subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next one. You guys have a good one. Bye-bye.